Oh, the human Sayer. Hello. Hey, how's it? Hope you're good, man. Yeah, it's cheerio, like always. Hope you're good. Hmm. hmm. This is more of an appreciation video. Uh, where I just want to say thank you to everyone for the feedback, for like the 5 people I sent the video to who gave me the feedback. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like wholeheartedly, man. Like seriously. Like I look around and I realize like that I am very blessed. By the people that I have, with the support that I have. Yeah. So thank you so much for that, guys. One of the feedbacks that I got was that I should consider doing something on synchronicity. And that got me to know. No, that got me to know. That got me to thinking, right? Like, I'm pretty cool with doing a video for you guys on synchronicity. What I'm not cool with is myself. um, why I say that is I usually go off on a tangent, but but good news. Okay, YouTube's now allowed me to upload longer videos, so we shall have that. I think it's a good starting point for today. It's Wednesday, my dudes, so let's take that into account. Let's be happy for that. Let's be grateful. It's the middle of the week, but it's the start of the week for some of us, depending on what industry you're in, what work you do, all of those things. So, yeah. But I Chris, we were speaking about synchronicity. So, first thing I have to say is there are a crap ton of videos online about synchronicity, like pertaining specifically to synchronicity, how synchronicity works, what all of the numbers mean. Um, why I was initially hesitant to do a video on it was because of the fact that there are so many out there. Um, there are so many channels that cover it. There are actually channels that are dedicated to those things, and there are of course multiple tarot channels. And that's kind of the reason why I was saving synchronicity, because synchronicity is something that it opens a whole can of worms. Okay, so synchronicity will always tie into something greater and stuff. So what can I say? I've said synchronicity fucking enough throughout this video. Okay, like I don't give two shits. I feel like I've said it enough. Yeah. Where's the best place to start? The best place to start is at the beginning, like Mary Poppins said. But yeah, I think let's start with a personal experience, a personal occurrence of it happening, like within our plane. Right. I apologize. I am drinking tea in between. So, where did synchronicity start becoming a thing for me? Well, it was like 3 years ago where I started really noticing it. So I came across this channel called 434. In the height of my dealings with psychedelia, and yeah, my friends, like the people who know me, will know that I'm quite a psychonaut. I'm very passive, but I'm also the same guy who I will not feel shit destroying bags upon bags of mushrooms or even acid, bro. I took so much, but that's not why I'm here. That's a different video. Yeah, I was on acid one day, and during my trip, I remember speaking to, and if there are any psychonauts, they'll understand to everybody else who is normal, I guess. Um, this may sound like I'm fucking crazy, but like I've been tested multiple times. I only have borderline personality disorder, and that's nothing special. I mean, don't we all have fucking multiple personalities? That's my thing. But I digress. Let me continue. So I'm chilling, right? And I'm having this mad discussion with this entity. And I've been watching 434 because it occasionally appeared on my feed. You know how the YouTube algorithm is like. You do something once, like for example, you do mushrooms and you want to go understand about mushrooms after your trip because there's some shit that you don't understand, or it's 2 days later and you're still feeling good and you don't know what the fuck. So yeah, you go and you research mushrooms. Next thing, like random stuff start appearing in your feed. From mushrooms, you go to searching acid trips. Um, and you'll start moving to other things like in that realm, and eventually you'll end up in this realm where like your algorithm will basically start feeding you things like 434. It'll start feeding you tarot. It'll start feeding you things about consciousness, and this is all related to just taking mushrooms once and wanting to go investigate, right? And I came across this channel 434, and the dude was like very open about like his use of psychedelics. Um, and yeah, for a lot of my psychedelia years, the 434, Shaman Oaks, Psyched Substance, Dakota of Earth, Danik. I think I'm pronouncing the name correctly. They've always been like things that frequented my feed. But the thing is, I'm not one of those people who will see something in their feed and just scroll past it. If it looks interesting and it piques my interest, I'm gonna go check it out because I'm weird like that. Like I always want to learn new things. And I remember like he was 434 was having this video on synchronicity, and it was being explained by machine elves like what it is, and it's a really good video, and I think I'll link the video down below in the description. Really great channel, man. I'm just saying like personal experience. He explains synchronicity, and he explains that, and I found it to be one of the best explanations. What synchronicity is the machine elves or the angels, because it's also called angel numbers, right? And it's called that for a reason. Um, it's their way of communicating with us. So, for example, you thinking about something, like you obviously premeditating it, you're thinking about it, you considering how you're going to do it, but like a lot of the time there's this fear, right? Or you have a motherfucker of a decision to make. or something big is coming and you're stressing about it. For example, your job's on the line, potentially. The minute you hear something like that, the first thing that happens is you automatically go into fucking panic mode because, oh shit, how am I going to live my life? How am I going to pay for my shit? So you automatically get stress raped, right? Uh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. Um, but essentially that's what happens, and it's nothing cool. Um, but then at some point you so caught up in everything and overthinking and all the shit, and at some point during all of that chaos, in the back of your mind, there's something that says, you know what, just relax, calm down, it's gonna be okay. But your brain is just so fucking wired to constantly be doing something, and your brain can't help it because your brain is only your brain. It's only doing its fucking job. And now you get pissed at your brain because now your brain goes off, but your brain's only doing its job. And that part of you that you've cultivated over the years, adult, I'll say that in inverted commas, side of you, it needs reassurance. It needs confirmation. And you know what? Sometimes that confirmation comes, or you've received that confirmation that hey, everything's going to be okay, but you didn't listen because your brain was going off. And it's not your fault. I mean, it's not something that we get taught. It's not something that people speak about often, but it's something that we overlook. And because you overlook it, and because you overlook our subconscious, because you overlook that little voice in the back of our heads, because you overlook our intuition, it says, okay, let me try and communicate with you in your world, in your words, right? And not that it gets weird or anything, but you'll start noticing random things like you thinking about the situation. All of a sudden, there's this massive feel of calm. You can't explain it, and you look up from your screen during all of this busyness. You were literally stressing about the most random shit, and you look at the time, and it's 3:33. It's 4:32. It's 12:22, 12:21, 11:11. Everybody knows 11:11, and everybody's so excited about 11:11, but everybody doesn't know the meaning behind 11:11. And it can be confusing because you have 9 billion fucking channels telling you, hey, this is what 11:11 means. That's what that. You can go do your own research about the numbers, but how synchronicity showed itself in my life was post that trip I started noticing numbers. Like, and then I started realizing that, you know what, that I should start taking note of what I'm thinking about at that time. Like, I would work previously and be so fixated on work that I don't look up. So I'd get in, it would be 10 o'clock. Next time I happen to look at the clock, it's 11:11. And I remember my first instance of this where I told myself, you know what, apparently you're not seeing these numbers for shit. So I put it to the test. I start at 10 o'clock, but throughout the working day, I decided to try and remain present. Like, I'm not going to constrain myself to fucking time limits. There are 700 things that needs to be done, and I work with a bunch of fucking idiots. What now? And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to remain present. I'm going to do what I do. And even people who worked with me at the time, like, noticed like shit was different. Especially like when I actively started focusing on becoming present and not allowing my brain to fuck away with me. And I started noticing that, like, when I eventually did look at the clock again, it was like 11:11. And I laughed about it and I was like, okay, cool. I see this. I see this. And you could write that off as a coincidence, right? I mean, it's easy to get busy with whatever the fuck. And then you eventually look at the time. But I don't like looking at the time. I don't wear a watch for that fucking reason. I like being constrained. That's one of the ways that you trap yourself, motherfucker. You constrain yourself to fucking time. You're forced to go sleep fucking 10 o'clock because you need to be up at 5 o'clock. Because you need to be at work at 8 o'clock. Fuck is that, man? Doing yourself a disservice there. But, I mean, yeah. So, I keep researching this whole fucking synchronicity thing because I start finding it weird. I start finding that the minute I drift off in thought and I really completely lose it and I pull myself back, I would find some sort of synchronicity, or it would be the same time as it was maybe yesterday or the day before. So now I also start noticing that these random numbers are appearing at random throughout fucking life. 432 was the number for me. So I'd work and like check during the day and like 1432, 432. Okay. And then one of my favorite fucking artists, Fax Morton Grano, 432 records. And I was like, what the actual fuck? And it was weird for me. And I can't talk to anybody about it because, like, if I'm going to talk to people about it, they're going to think I'm fucking crazy. But now, one of the reasons that I am happy about the overflow of toxic positivity on the fucking internet is now people know about those things. So now when I talk about them, I'm not fucking crazy because that was always the thing. Most of my life, it was the thing. Joe, stop talking shit. Like, get all like, oh, you were slim, dumb, nae. Like random shit like that, but it's kind of cock, but like, you don't realize that what you're trying to do is you're trying to find somewhere where you can just be yourself. And I'm was grateful enough to find people like that. The problem was people also know that I'm a chemical enthusiast. So when I have these serious conversations with people, they tend to take it with a grain of salt. Like whether I'm sober or not, right? And it's the funniest shit in the world. When people come to me afterwards and be like, do you know you were right? But I don't do it for that. I plant the seed. And at the end of the day, that's all we can do. It's the same like farming, man. As a farmer, you can't be sitting there coaxing your seeds every day, like going under the ground, smacking its bottom, burping it, all that shit. You plant it, you plant it with good intention, and it will grow. And the simplest way to explain synchronicity is exactly that. Wherever your focus is, wherever you are meant to be, that let that be your guiding light. You will see over time that in different situations, especially when you feel overwhelmed, especially when there's a major thing coming up. For example, I made a motherfucker of a decision. And that decision was to leave a job that was, it was good, it was great, but I woke up one day and I felt like I needed to leave it. It was everything that I enjoyed doing, but I just decided one day that this is not it. It wasn't working for me. At the end of the day, it wasn't about the job, and it was more about the people and the relationships I had with the people there. But I also acknowledged the person that I was becoming, and the person that I was becoming was not going to be set, was not going to be okay with just being there and being trapped in a box. So as much as there was an emotional connection to each and everybody that I worked with, um, there was also this other side of me that I couldn't ignore anymore. And I remember I was battling with this for like 2 weeks or some such shit, right? 2 whole fucking weeks. Like I probably slept 3 hours a week for that fucking time. But weirdly, whenever I would look at the clock, whether it be early hours of the morning, whether it be in the evening, as soon as I get engulfed by those thoughts, there would be a synchronicity. 555. And I did my due diligence because why the fuck am I seeing this? Even in the time leading up to me making that decision, I was seeing it a lot. And it drove me to be like, okay, cool, like what the fuck? Let me go find out what this means. Change is coming, but you shouldn't worry about it. That's what it meant. So, and the difficult part is finding out what it means. Finding out what it means. And it can mean different things to different people depending where you are at your life, or in your life, should I say. So I just want to put it out there that synchronicity is a very personal thing. Just because you sing 333 the same time your friend is doesn't mean that everything is going to go exactly the same for both of you. All it means that yes, there was a synchronicity. Maybe that was just the time that it was. But none of those are going to make sense until you make sense of it. Until you know where you are. Until you know where you want to be. Synchronicities are going to happen. People are going to talk to you about shit. And you're going to be like, how the fuck do they know what the fuck I'm going through? The universe converses with you. You're always in communion with the universe. You just don't know it. You don't. I ain't saying get woke or anything. I'm just saying that even when you're silent, even when you're sitting alone, you're never truly alone. It's always listening. And that synchronicities can come out in other ways as well. Microwaves, your phone. Sometimes synchronicities can even be you thinking about something. You're opening your phone and poof, you see exactly the same thing you're thinking about. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, right? But it's no secret that your thoughts, who we are, what we feel, it's all energy. And energy can be transferred, can be transformed, And if you tuned in correctly, it can be heard. So, yeah. I'm not saying take synchronicities with a pinch of salt, right? I'm saying that the universe is going to respond to you in the same way that you were speaking to it. It's going to tell you everything's going to be okay. Or yes, you're on the right path. Or no, maybe you should just consider going the opposite way. It's all about you. Okay? The universe is against nobody. The universe is against nobody. There's nobody in control. There's no fucking puppet master. Everything plays out as it is. Everything works out when it's supposed to work out. Don't rush. Don't get caught up chasing synchronicities. Thinking that the only way that you can progress in life is by hearing what the universe says, by waiting for that specific synchronicity, because you're going to sit and you're going to wait for it, but it's not at your time. It's not. You may be the main character, but remember that you are co-creating with the universe. Some food for thought. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. It's almost half an hour of your life that you're not going to get back. And I hope you ain't pissed at me. But I enjoy this. And I would enjoy doing it more frequently. So, yeah, I think I shall focus on that. Once again, as always, thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's great that you could be here. Have a great day. Have a great evening. I'm not sure where you are, but take it easy. If nobody told you today you're fucking awesome, you're amazeballs and you got this. And if they didn't tell you, then it either slipped their mind or they fucking threatened by you, okay? Don't let them take you for a puss. Stay awesome, okay? Don't be a doos. Bye.